Hello, everyone. I just wanted to take a quick second and show you how easy it is to create one of these fake prepper websites and some of the stuff to look for when you're looking at all of these different websites. So first, I'm going to go to my feed reader here where I've got all of these great prepper websites, the ones that are actually going to create all this great content for me. I don't have to write anything. And we'll go to mine here because I don't want to steal anybody else's. So, will the SHTF in our lifetime? This looks like a good article to me. It's got an infographic and all that and a video. So I'm going to just copy everything here, but I don't want this stuff where it actually says where it comes from. I just want the good stuff. That way people will think that I wrote this even though I didn't. So I'll just copy all of that. I'll go over here and I'll hit add new. I'll create a new post. And then once this loads in, then I just go right here and I paste everything in there. And I just wrote an article. Now before I finish this one up, first of all I need a title, so I'll just come over here and I'll grab this title too. Copy that, paste that in there. And then I need to put some ads in here because I don't really care if people want, or I don't really care if people read this. I just want them to click my ad. So I'll go over here and I'll insert this, and then this is a little more tricky than just this, but for now we're going to do that. And then one last thing I need to do before, so I don't get in trouble, is I just need to put the source in. That way people don't think that I just stole this. I'm actually giving them credit, but I don't want to give the name of who did it or anything like that. I just want to put source. So let's go here and then we'll add a link here. We'll add that in, and then we're going to go ahead and publish that. Now we've written an article in about a minute and a half. Oh, I got to put it in a category 2. I'll put not my work and spam. I'll update that. And once that's all up to date, then I preview this, and lo and behold, I have an article right here. Great article. Everybody thinks it's mine because I've got this great website, and you read through here and it's got all the links and all of that and all the pictures, and then down here it's got the source. That way if anybody reads this, they can just go here and it'll show exactly where it came from. The problem with this is these people, like I said, they don't care if you read the article or not. They want you to click on this little ad right here, and there'll be ads in the sidebar and all of that different stuff. So the way you can kind of spot these is one, you'll see Todd from Prepper website. His is kind of a plain website, but he still took the time to put a logo in. And what Todd does is he goes through and searches for different articles that day. This is a news aggregate site, so he's not posting the entire articles. He's taking the titles of the articles and showing you, hey, these are some good ones that people have written. And you'll never see one of these websites linked to on Todd's website. And then you've got people like Backdoor Survival. Gay is really popular. She's got her own logo. And then even Todd at Prepper website has Ed That Matters, where he's got his own logo, and this is where he kind of writes his own stuff. And then you've even got Mom with a Prep, great looking blog. She's got her social icons here. Any of these websites, you're probably not going to find any of those social icons. There might be a Twitter, there might be a couple fake accounts, but you're not going to find anything where if you click this link that you can see that, hey, she's pretty active over here. Look at all this stuff she's got. One of these other guys, they're not going to have that stuff. And you've even got Survival Sherpa, who he's pretty popular as well, and he put a little bit of time into this. He doesn't have the custom logo or anything, but he's got the background, and he concentrates on his articles. And you'll see in his articles it says posted by Todd Walker. Not source, not anything like that. Todd writes his own stuff, and it shows right here. But if you see one of these, this exact article, word for word on somebody else's website, even if it doesn't look as cheesy as this one does, maybe they have a background image or something, but you see that entire article, you could let Todd know or somebody and say, hey, I saw your exact post on somebody else's website. So these are just some of the ways that you can kind of recognize these sites. They're not going to be very social. They're not going to be it doesn't take much time to put together a website like this. And one person in a couple hours in a day can put together 4 or 5 of these websites that helps with their Google rankings. And I'm not going to go into all that crap because you guys probably really don't care. But this is how they do it. So when you see websites like this, these guys only make us look bad. And you'll see ads and stuff on our websites as well. You know, I've got one that's usually right here, and I'm probably going to remove that here in the near future. You've got some of these blogs that will have stuff in the sidebar, and that's because that helps us out. This is not free. You know, this website is pretty close to free, but when you go into the effort to create a logo, to create a website that looks nice, that people want to actually read, you know, that takes more than just the free website. You need to, there's a lot that goes into it. So by clicking some of these ads, like Todd's got an Amazon one here, by clicking that, it doesn't cost you a penny, and you're helping out these websites. You're helping us out that to make sure that we can still add that valuable content. When you click one of these guys' websites, you're not doing, you're helping them. You're doing exactly what they want. They don't care about you learning anything. They don't care about teaching you. They care about you clicking on their ads and getting off of their site. That's all they want to do. So with that, I appreciate everyone, and I hope that you kind of understand a little bit about how some of these websites work. And, you know, just keep your eye out for them, and know the good websites. The good websites are going to look like good websites. They're going to have the good information. They're going to say who wrote the article, and it's not going to say just source at the bottom of the page. And a lot of these articles will say exactly that, or some of them even might say who it was written by, but for somebody to steal an entire article, to me, is stealing our content that we work so hard to create.